Hello ladies and gentlemen, Yessik here again today to bring you another episode of Let's Play The Binding of Isaac. And so I have finally unlocked Judas, who is probably one of the hardest characters to play in the game, as well as Eve and Samson being the absolute worst characters, and Blue Baby I guess, but that's besides the point. What I'm trying to say is today I'm playing as Judas, and it is going to be a bit tough. This may be the first run that I actually fail in this Let's Play, because he has never been my favorite character. Basically, he starts with 1 heart, but as an advantage, well, and 0 bombs and 0 keys, so tons of disadvantages, but as an advantage, he has damage up right away. So if I go into my menu here, you'll notice he has a fair amount of damage right there, and an item that it comes with, which is the Book of Belial, which increases your damage greatly for 1 room, and recharges every 3 room. It's a very worthwhile item, and an item you even take on normal runs if you don't have anything better for a spacebar item, such as like the nail, or possibly Book of Revelations if you're that type of person, if you're a B-Rev person. That kind of sucks because I took a hit, and that means that I am only 1 hit away from death currently. So I could really use a bomb drop in this room, and I just should have never gotten that close to the human popcorn there. That was really bad of me. Okay, well, I did get the bomb drop, and I am going to drop the bomb for all you guys. And I'm very lucky again. I get a spirit heart and a rock, so I might as well fight the boss right away. I'm not going to be hard damage, and right now I have the Book of Belial. So, kind of unfortunate first boss. I get a cube of meat, which on its own is basically useless, so now I have to hope to get at least 1 or 2 more cubes of meat. And even then, I don't like getting cubes of meat, so it's just a bad drop. I don't like fighting the Horsemen of the Apocalypse, except sometimes the Headless Horseman or the White Pony, because at least they give you a flying item if you don't have any better spacebar item at the time. But later on when we get the D6, we're going to want to... Oh god, tinted rocks everywhere in this. Now let's just hope I can get a few more bombs, because this floor is absolutely ludicrous with its tinted rock. It's very generous with it, let's put it that way. So, moving on, hopefully I'll get something decent from the item room here. 10 bombs. That was lucky. I'm going to admit I have been ludicrously lucky so far. And I have the feeling the secret room's here. Sometimes the rules don't apply on floor 1, so I just check random doors. But I am going to check the rest of the rooms, if for no other reason than to just get my Book of Belial charged in case I come across a really crazy room. I might as well take the safety cap. If you identify a lot of pills early on in the game, and some of them are good, it's a great thing to have. And I'm pretty sure even the health down pill, when you only have 1 heart, actually turns into a health up pill. So that's always a good thing. Now let's blow up this rock, see if we can get some more spirit hearts going on. 1 spirit heart, 1 pill, and that of course is because of the safety cap, which increases your pill drops. And bad gas, so not bad, not good either. And then 1 more here. Yeah, 1 more spirit heart. So I have 3 spirit hearts, a damage upgrade, a cube of meat, and 7 bombs going down to the next floor. No keys, unfortunately, which is a bit of a sore spot, because you do need about 2 keys every room if you want to take advantage of absolutely basically everything that the game gives you. So I have been on a kind of an unbelievably lucky streak, and I'm not sure how much longer that's going to last, because... Bad gas again? Yeah, okay. Another bad gas pill, might as well hang on to it. It can actually do quite a decent amount of damage if you hit people with it. But you have to be at a ridiculously close range, so it's basically a panic button. I was trying to demonstrate it there, but I just kind of failed. Cube meat tore them up before I could get to them, and I lost a full spirit heart. So since I have so many bombs, it's definitely worthwhile getting this chest. I would not say it's always worthwhile, because... Okay, that's the cursed skull. It's a really bad item. What it does is it will actually teleport you out of a room when you get to 1/2 heart. And all that really does for you is reset your progress after you've been having a decent floor. So absolutely not worth it. I'm going to check for the secret room right here, which I should have done with the bomb that I blew up the chest with. And I think the volume may be a bit too loud here, so I'm going to just adjust that downwards a bit. I'll check the recording afterwards to see. There we go. adjust that downwards and adjust that downwards. Sorry about the non-professionalism going on there, but whatever. 3 cents, not ideal, and I can't get into the shop to buy more keys, so I'm really depending on a key drop in the next couple of rooms. Fortunately, there is one special mob here, so hopefully he'll drop a key. No, just a couple pennies and a nickel. So still a lucky drop. I can play the hell out of this slot machine, which might be worth doing. I'll play it down to 5 cents, and then I'll just blow it up in the hopes that it will just drop a key at that point. Really, I don't need to resort to desperate measures yet, but I'm feeling kind of nervous about all this. Extra bombs, not what I need. Yeah, there we go, a key, a pill, and a bomb. And the pill is unidentified, I use it right away. That's a range down. So I'm definitely not doing well. I'm not doing badly, but I'm definitely not doing well here. So I'm going to pick up the bomb, backtrack all the way back to the item room. It's generally worth it for before you go into a boss fight, if only because it gives you that tiny, tiny little bit of advantage that you normally wouldn't have when going into the boss fight. So avoid that chest in the middle like the plague, because apparently vampirism is more important. Okay. So I'm getting a pretty crappy suite of items. For a character who starts with 1 heart, vampirism is basically horrible, especially if you have been having my luck so far and have gotten absolutely no health upgrades. I do have 11 cents left, and if I can get a few more cents and a key, it might be worth going to the shop on this floor, just to see what's available. So wait for him to jump and then use the spacebar item, because it does freeze you for a tiny bit. Not very often. As you see, it also froze time, so you don't really have to do that, but I always like to err on the side of caution. Well, no, I prefer to just be cautious and not to err, to be honest with you. To be honest with everyone. Not erring at all is the best strategy in this game. There we go. Killed last item. Got a coat hanger and a deal with the devil. So I'll take the coat hanger for a tears up, and it's actually a fair amount of tears up. I think it's 2 or 3 tears up, and see what the devil has to offer. Guppy's Paw and Brimstone. Brimstone would actually take me down to no health. So as much as I would like to take either of these, and I said I wouldn't take Brimstone again, I just really can't afford it. So I'm going to move on, not take either of the deal with the devil items, and see what is in the last room or 2 here. Might as well kill all the poo here. These spiders are making me really nervous. I hate it when they hide around corners like this. Come on, come on. You can get me. There we go. So 1 extra bomb. Not worth looking for the super secret room. It's always adjacent to no other rooms at all, but there's no way I can basically find it with any reliability. So I'm just going to move on to the next floor. Done with that. Done and donerer. It's 9:30 a.m. This is way too early for me generally. Especially after a night where I stayed up till like 5. Why do I do this all the time? Not good. So as you can see, I got some absolutely useless lifesteal there. Fun, fun, fun for the entire family. I'd also like to point out that I am on a really large floor, which is unusual and comes with advantages and disadvantages. The advantage is that, actually it only really comes with disadvantages when you think about it carefully. Because you get 1 less shop, you get 1 less chance at a deal with the devil item, and really no bonuses unless you have the D6 and want to re-roll things over and over again. So, tons of money there. Definitely makes the shop worthwhile if I can ever get keys. As you can see, there is also a tinted rock in this room in the top left corner. Your eyes really get trained to see the tinted rocks after a very short amount of time. And I know I'm going to say that and immediately start skipping out on all the tinted rocks ever. And just a treasure chest in there. Kind of a crappy draw. What I could really use now is actually a luck up. These guys are also a tough draw. I'm in the catacombs, unfortunately, instead of just the caves. In the caves, I wouldn't be fighting things that can take a full heart of damage from me. I do have a red chest in there. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Right now, I would think I'd much prefer a regular chest, but fortunately, I did not have to waste a bomb on it, so I'll always look on the bright side of life. So range down and a mystery pill. Luck down. So all my pills so far have been down, and I've actually just decreased the chances of me getting a key drop by getting that luck down. There is, however, a self-sacrifice room that may turn things around here. If I play, like, at my very best, I may actually still be able to beat Mum's Heart. And I'm not sure if I've unlocked Satan yet. I'm assuming yes I have. But, like I said, I'm just actually not sure at all. So, unlock that. I'm going into the self-sacrifice room because there's a chance that this could turn everything around. More pills. One mystery pill. Tears Up. Okay. And Bad Gas. So those are both good pills. Definitely worth one Spirit Heart for an extra Tears Up, because a Tears Up is basically a damage upgrade. But I'm almost back down to my base health, which is kind of fucking, awful. Just really bad. I want you so bad. You're driving me mad, you're driving me mad. Oh god, okay. So now I am back down to the base health. There was no way I was getting out of there without that. Another Tears Up pill, so I'm firing rather fast. Might as well take the Bad Gas with me, but now I could very easily die in one hit in the wrong room. Or in one wrong room. Like, this room could have easily taken my life, because for some reason the rooms with 3 gishes all starting in different corners, I can just never quite get the dodging pattern right. I could get some sense here. I don't really need them. This is a bad room. They can actually destroy the poo by running into it, which unleashes the neutral flies. It's kind of like unleashing the Kraken, but a tiny bit less dangerous, to be honest. Okay. So, still have my 1 health. I'm not sure if you can tell, but I'm actually incredibly nervous right now. And I'm trying to focus on not taking any damage, which is kind of hard with commentary going on. And as you can see, I've already failed. Fortunately, there is lots of extra health hanging out. So I just need to backtrack 1 room and pick up that heart. Almost having a heart attack myself. Kind of ridiculous. Kind of ridiculous. Okay. So for double fly, or grandfather flies, or ballsack flies, whatever you want to call them, not too bad if you know to not move around too much, or to move around a lot. So 1 bomb and 1 troll bomb. Unfortunately, right now, my only safe course of action is to backtrack like a motherfucker, so backtracking time, I guess. Okay, so I'm gonna go in here. Watch out not to walk on spikes, not to damage yourself stupidly in any way. The thing is, the second you start doubting yourself or getting nervous, you start actually dodging into enemies in this game. So, the better I'm doing, the better I do generally. Some people it's the opposite, but for me, I start taking absolutely no damage when I am already doing really well. When I'm doing badly, I start getting nervous and taking all the damage. Okay, let's see. All dead. Definitely worth using a bomb to get to this treasure chest. And the off chance that it will actually be something good. Bombs are key pill. That is ludicrously awesome. So I can go get the items. Hopefully some health ups. I can start opening golden chests. Oh man. That's beautiful. Tarot card, the stars, that will take me to 1 item room, free of charge, and give me the deck of cards, so basically 1 more tarot card. 2 of diamonds, doubles my money. I really hope Greed isn't in this shop, because, you know, I have 50 cents now. I just don't want him to be in the shop. So that was a good way of saving a key. Well, to be honest, I still spent a key to get in there, and then got... Didn't I get a tarot card? Didn't I get a tarot card that I used? Did I keep it? Huh, weird. I thought I definitely used the deck of cards, didn't I? Yeah, so you always have to watch out for the neutral flies. They are actually the biggest threat in this room because they're so hardy. Compared to regular flies, they take like 4 or 5 hits. And I think they're actually called eternal flies, is their official canon name. Canon name. The word canon in terms of being within sequence has always confused the hell out of me, kind of. Okay, I can't really afford to go to the arcade at all. There's no reason to. I could afford it, but I don't really need bombs. I don't really need keys. I cannot play the blood bank. I have that 1 heart right now, and basically if I lose it, I'm entirely screwed. So if I fight a boss who fires bombs at me, this may be the end of the run. I just realized I had not yet opened that chest, and I do indeed have a single bomb. So, It's not a giant bomb, but it is a bomb. It's a very good thing. That was a reference to Giant Bomb, the website or the channel. To be honest, I don't know. I don't watch Giant Bomb. I've heard lots of good things. I just don't have time for them. Anyone tell me if they're really good? I don't know. They may be the most hilarious thing ever. Giant Bomb. Heard of them before several times. Always in a good way. Probably high production value. So this could be the end of my run here. I don't have much range, so I do actually have to get into their range to kill them. Making me a bit nervous. Okay, got out of there safely. Only a few more rooms left. That is a mob trap room, which I can indeed enter, but may not actually be worth it. Generally, I will go into mob trap rooms no matter what, but compass. Okay, come on, bring it on, motherfuckers. I'm like, I don't want to go to the mob trap room because I don't have high health. Are you sure you don't want this compass we have here? I'm like, fuck. Fucking troll engine. Tempting me. I think the next wave is turrets. Oh. Almost actually took damage from that grandfather fly there. And as you all know, the compass actually reveals all the rooms that are hanging out. So as you can see, I can now see the shop and well, basically everything. This room could be my death. This could easily be my death. Very easily be my death. I got lifesteal there. That was a very lucky lifesteal. I probably didn't need to pop Book of Belial, but that was a panic reaction. I just wanted to do the extra damage so I didn't die. Okay, as long as you can actually circle strafe these guys, they're not that bad because you can move faster than their bullets can move forward. It's a good general rule, actually. You can move sideways faster than bullets can move forward. So if you're always circle strafing, you will always be in the clear. I'm going to go to this shop because it's better than not going to the shop, and it is greed. God damn you, greed. You fucking scenester. You're wearing your Converse, your fucking sneakers. So he gave me the Steam sale. So on the next 2 floors, if I don't run into super greed twice in a row, I will be able to pay half price for things. Sound like a bad deal? Kind of is at this point. So this is just a room full of low threat enemies, which kind of turns into a high threat room. I got kind of lucky there, though. I think Cube of Meat might have saved me 1 damage. And oh god, I just got the miter. This may save my life if I can survive this boss fight. You know, I'm going to actually go fight that room up there, just on the off chance that I can actually get 1 spirit heart in it because of the miter. I almost walked right over those spikes, which would have ended my run right there. Oh, I thought I was walking into the combat room. I guess not. I guess not. Oh god. Okay, I really need to keep my distance now, which sucks because I think I have accidentally used 2 range down pills. If not, I just have really bad range, which is just as bad as having taking the 2 pills. Range, not very important until you don't have it in this game. So I definitely did not get my extra spirit heart that I was hoping for. So if I get a hard boss or a boss that can do a full heart of damage in 1 hit, I may be entirely screwed because I'm not one of those players who can actually play with taking no damage. I always do take some damage, and usually I take damage to bosses unless they're super easy. Okay, this was a pretty good draw for the first boss. I have to get unfortunately close to him, and I am going to use Book of Belial here. I guess I probably should have saved it for the next boss. He almost hit me with those, which wouldn't have been fun at all. Okay, no grandfather flies, and squeezy, 2 extra spirit hearts, and tears up even further. So I have a mad fire right now, but I could really use a range up or 5. Okay, so my general strategy with these guys is to stay on the lower level because they can only hit in 1 location. So remember that. Tears up, by the way, when I say that, some people don't know what the stats mean, or maybe they don't. It just means fire rate up. So see, they can only hit 1 area. If you're out of their way and you don't move, they won't get you. So just stay on 1 level, you can fire up, you can fire in any direction, so you have all the advantages here. And there you go. Got the magic 8 ball. That is tears up again, and a tarot card, I believe? Yes, it is. So the Hermit, that will take you to the shop. Well, it's much better than a Tears Down pill, so I'm going to move on by. Then I will instantly use the Hermit. So it'll take me across the room and give me a portable slot machine and a tarot card, which is the Hermit again. So pretty damn poor draws so far. I also can't help but feel that I am kind of slow right now. I may be wrong though. And by the way, you can actually farm lifesteal off of these guys by getting them into the ooze state over and over again. Every time actually counts as a kill, so you can get... you can... what was I going to say? I don't even know. So I could take that and teleport out and see if it leads me to anywhere good. And very fortunately, I am currently in the depth and not in the necropolis, because I can almost guarantee that the necropolis would have killed me. The depth, on the other hand, I can probably deal with without taking too much damage, or maybe even any damage. So let's see how this turns out. Oh god, okay, never mind. I thought I could take no damage, but I was very wrong. Like I said, always be circle strafing, because if you're not, you are taking damage. Got a spirit heart there. This is all thanks to the miter. So again, this is partially my luck, partially just because I got the item drops. I may actually be able to make it. Now, the miter is a really big pickup, and if you're good at even taking minor damage, it can really sustain you, even if you have just one heart like I currently do. Okay, couldn't quite reach him apparently. And one more rotation. Now I should probably actually head for the item room / curse room first, just because I hate these turrets. They're invincible and they always keep shooting after you've killed all the enemies, which they are not allowed to do. So again, general strategy here, circle strafe. Once you see somebody jump, change directions and just keep going in that direction, because then they will miss you. So kind of, as you can see, I do as I say, not as I do. I freaked out there. I got Spirit of the Night, which is a huge advantage, and the reason I always go into those curse rooms again is just because of those deal with the devil items, which you can get quite frequently actually. I'd say 1 out of every 3-4 curse rooms. And it's really worth the 1 heart for the chance. 1 in 4 chance, 1 heart. So bombs are keys if I really wanted to get rid of... This is a pretty tough draw for a room. Leapers are basically the worst enemies you can get in the depth, unless you get green turrets, which I'm not sure if they appear very often in the depth. So the pin. I'm kind of sick of all these pills. Most of them are bad. I'm going to take the pin. That gives me occasional piercing shots. And this is an absolutely useless item for me. It attracts coins, hearts, and other things that I can pick up. The only reason I say it's useless is because I currently have flying. So you see that white shot I shoot every once in a while? Yeah, that's the piercing shot there. So I'm just going to move on, go directly to the boss. Kind of had shit luck with the items in this floor, but as long as you keep getting useless items, you're generally in the clear. Do I want to blow this up? Do I want to play it? No, I don't want to do either. I'm going to explore the whole floor though, because there might be some golden chests and I have lots of keys right now. Always worthwhile. Not to mention, since I have the miter, I always have a fairly good chance of a spirit heart drop. And actually that encourages me to blow up this, because it may drop spirit hearts as well. Or, you know, a pill, which is mystery. I don't have that many bad pills left to take, so let's... Yep, health up. Lovely. I've basically gotten every bad pill in the game, so I was like, well, what are the chances? 1 in 5 that it's another bad pill? Could have been a bad trip or a health down, but... whatever. Now I kind of wish I had taken Guppy's paw, since I'm barely using the Book of Belial, really, all things considered. I was asked what this does. This is the Rusty Key. This actually increases the number of key drops total, I think. At one point I was told it increases the number of bomb drops, but to be honest, I think they were bullshitting me, so... not going to pay attention to that anymore. This is a tough room because you constantly have to be dodging, and you have to be dodging everything all at once, all the time. But like I said, as long as you're always doing a circle strafe, you should be good. And we're on to the boss, and I have the Book of Belial, so should be an easy boss. Now this is the Fallen, which is a hard boss, And also always gives you a free deal with the devil item, which sounds awesome until you realize that like 50% of the time, for some reason, it is the dead cat. So not a very good deal with the devil item. There are actually a lot of deal with the devil items that you generally don't take, so not that much of an advantage. So 2 spirit hearts, Brother Bobby, always worth taking a familiar, and I get a possibility of more deals with the devil. Oh. Well, I could take dead cat and then kill myself, and then revive over and over again. You know, this actually gives me a fairly good chance, especially in terms of, I'm going to take this. I'm also going to take this. And it did actually leave me with half a heart, so all it did was take away my spirit hearts. But it got me most of the way to Guppy and gave me 9 lives. 9 lives is not often actually worth taking, but in this case, you know, I basically traded 2 spirit hearts for 9 lives. I'm perfectly happy with that. Perfectly content. There is a mini-boss, which means at least there is no mini-boss in the shop right here, which I will go visit right away. Spirit Heart and Notched Axe. Notched Axe allows you to, once a room, destroy a single rock. It's not bad if you have no other... It's one of the worst spacebar items in the game, let's just put it that way. So I'm going to blow that up. That was probably a waste. I'm going to take the Ace of Spades. That increases your luck, so like I said, drops in rooms get increased by that. Right now I can hang over the rock because Spirit of the Night, as well as giving you flying, as you saw if I'm flying, it also gives you spectral tears so you can shoot through rocks and items. Kind of forgot to mention that. I got a good chain reaction going right there, right away. And since I have the miter, it's even more worthwhile than usual to go into the self-sacrifice room. A lot of people hate the self-sacrifice room, but miter makes it more likely to drop spirit hearts. So I kind of knew that would happen. So Little Chub here, very, very easy because literally if I don't freak out, there is no way he can hurt me. No way at all, because I can just hang out over these rocks. He cannot even come over rocks. Yeah, and I can just fire away at him. Fire away, bombs away. Lovely. Said I wouldn't recommend that dead cat strategy to everyone, but in that situation it really did work. I'm pretty sure Goat Hoof is actually a damage upgrade. It randomly changes the speed and damage of your tiers. Now this is Sad Onion, which is almost max tiers it gives you. So if I didn't already have max tiers, which I'm pretty sure it did, it would massively speed up my fire rate. The only way to actually get more fire rate than I currently have is to pick up the Cancer Trinket, which doubles your fire rate no matter what your fire rate is. So yeah, I'm going to explore this whole floor. Just because I'm min-maxing it up right now, I want the extra spirit hearts, I want the extra drops. And I know that I will actually net a positive off of this floor since it's just the depth and not very hard. Depths, I should say. It's the depth, the individual depth. Okay. Anyways, I was really expecting a spirit heart drop off of that. I guess I really shouldn't have. I am using the hell out of Book of Belial here. These are some of my least favorite enemies in the game. Fortunately, I took out the head and not the body there, because the head would have instantly shot me and probably killed me. So I did get this spirit heart drop here. So far net positive for exploring the whole floor. And leapers, again, pretty tough draw. Not the worst I could do. As long as you change directions whenever they leap and don't accidentally dodge right back into where you were, and don't accidentally lose all your spirit hearts as I am currently doing, they're not that bad. There we go. Well, damn. I guess net 0 GX. I really thought I was going to make a positive on the spirit hearts this time. There we go. 1 extra spirit heart. Lust is a bit of a pain in the ass since I am slow as hell. Let's see if I can get her over here. Yeah, there we go. I know that kind of seems like cheesing the game, but that's a range down pill. Better use the Hermit. I could use the Hermit now to avoid having to backtrack as much, but what the hell's the point? I know that seems like cheesing the game, but look at how slow I'm moving. She would have caught me. never feel bad about hanging out over rocks if you don't have the speed to outrun things. And you happen to have flying. You know, because flying items aren't actually that common, even though I tend to end up flying in most of my videos. So every once in a while, change directions so you can outrun the bullets. Unfortunately, that strategy just led me to running right into a leaper. Rarely do you find runs this heavy in leapers, so this is kind of unusual, to be honest with you. Main strategy for these guys is to just sweep across their range and then change directions. Pretty easy once you get that down, pretty intimidating until you get that down. I'm gonna have to blow this up because I want spirit hearts and nothing's... Even with the miter, things don't seem to be dropping enough of them to really maintain my current everything. Okay, so I think the strategy I'm going to employ here is to not trigger these guys at all until everything else is dead. There we go. And now they should all be dead. Lovely. Got some lifesteal. It did nothing for me. Ain't no lifesteal for the wicked. Ain't no lifesteal for those with one heart, I guess. Mum boss fight should not be a problem, I am really hoping. As long as I don't get like a special mom. Better use the Book of Belial here. Fortunately, she doesn't seem to be spawning way too many enemies. Really, the mum boss fight is a matter of luck if you're not skilled enough to do all the crowd control necessary, because she kind of... It depends on how she feels, how many enemies she spawns. So I'm going to destroy as many enemies as I can just in strafing. Unfortunately, she's just going with the foot a lot now. The foot really isn't the threat. The foot can be dodged rather easily. And I get another goddamn useless power-up. So as you can see, I can't actually exit the mum boss fight, but I do have the hermit right now, which would allow me to teleport out if I wanted to or needed to. So just keep that in mind. If you need to get out of any rooms, including the Iron Air room, I've been in the Iron Air room, I'm like, damn, but I want to go back out. Picked up a telepills, teleport the hell out of there. So on the womb, since I'm utero, I'm going to be taking double damage. I'm just going to bum rush the boss and hope that this works out. And I'm assuming it is going to be in this direction. Things are a bit sketchy right now. I might die right away. Okay. That was a bit of a hard room. They were all in the center and they were all out of sync. And those hearts can also fire quite fast bullets at you. So, I'm starting to think it is not in this direction. But I'll do one more room. No, entirely a dead end. There are apparently spiders in utero. Never knew that personally, but kind of intense. I went camping once. It was pretty intense. Get it? It was intense. Yeah, it was a bad joke. Now, I'm really looking to the miter to sustain me through this, because as is, I am currently screwed in terms of the Mum's Heart boss fight. I don't think I have the damage or the bombs to fight it properly. And I am almost entirely screwed in terms of this fight as well. So I'm going to bomb the hell out of here. That would have killed me. If I had not used a bomb to get out, that would have definitely killed me. I don't usually do that, but there was just no way. So basic strategies, just stay out of these guys' ways. As you can see, I might be screwed if I wasn't definitely going the right way, but as I am definitely going the right way, I am perfectly fine for this floor at least. I do get at least one more item room, and I should also get a deal with the devil, you know, if I could actually afford one. But I can't, so I'm basically screwed there. I forgot that I also have 9 lives, so if things go really wrong, I can go with 9 lives and just try over and over again. The Fool takes you back to the starting room, which I will take just for the hell of it. Might as well use Book of Belial here. Dub Loki's, all things considered, not a bad draw. Sometimes a dick, because there are 2 of them and they're constantly firing bullets. But fortunately, they are not firing too many bullets. And when they create bomb flies, they often just kill themselves. 2 spirit hearts, a pile of pills, a deal with the devil, Krampus, which might not be a bad draw if, and this is a pretty big if if I had any range, which I currently do not. So let's Krampus, by the way, actually has quite similar patterns to... Oh, and there we go. 9 lives. Okay, so I can just leave there. 2 bombs are key pills. Actually, that's important. I could use bombs more than keys right now. 1 luck down and 1 range down. Let me just carry this because I don't want to use any of those other pills. So already not regretting my decision to take the cat, or the 9 lives power up, as you might call it. Unfortunately, this is kind of a tough room. Okay, so let me try this one more time. I've already lost 3 of my 9 lives. So basically, what I want to do, I think, is run straight into them like that. That's a hard room to do without taking damage, and there are lots of rooms like it. I'm not going to try to get sidetracked here. I'm just going to try to beat Mum's Heart. I think you have to beat Mum's Heart with every character in order to unlock the devil, as it were. But I can't do it. I can't do it. Thing is, I need to take no damage, and when I need to take no damage, I get all nervous and I start taking damage. It's a vicious cycle. Okay, well, I have at least Book of Belial now. The reason I am doing this is because I'm just really trying hard to get some extra spirit hearts, which I'm assuming will drop eventually. So this is one of the few situations where the Fool card is actually a hugely good thing. So get the 2 bombs. I go into here. I don't take damage because I'm flying, but I would take damage on the way out. I get the chest. It's a troll bomb. I use the Fool card and get the hell out of there. I need a spirit heart or 2. For some reason, this Diglett room is just destroying me. Sometimes the best thing to do with Diglets is to just stand still, but apparently not that time. Maybe if I pop the Book of Belial, I can get by there? Or, you know, if I hang it over a rock. Didn't consider that. I should have considered that instantly, but I just didn't. Yeah, seriously, come at me, bros. It's alright. Apparently they only actually go underground when you shoot at them. Oh no, that's entirely a lie, never mind. They are kind of being dicks about getting into my line of fire, but it's better than me being dead, so... You know, there's always that. Definite plus, you might say. 3 lives left to beat Mum. I always want to watch out for these doppelgangers. Just walk them onto the spikes or drop a bomb. And that will do the trick. I really wish I was getting more spirit heart drops, but the miter is not hooking me up that hard this time. Guppy's Paw. You know what? Fairly good item drop. Because every life is now 3. Oh, and I am now Guppy. I didn't think of that. I actually got the 3rd Guppy item, which was the other reason I picked up Guppy's head and just dropped it instead of using it. So I'm now Guppy. That means I can fly, and I constantly spawn flies to defend myself, and at quite a fast rate. So that is huge. I might have turned this into a definite defeat to a fairly good chance of victory. Unfortunately, I still only have 3 spirit hearts, so I have to beat Mum's Heart in 3 hits. But fortunately, being Guppy will make that a hell of a lot easier. So you want to be firing bombs in at Mum. A good strategy for that is to actually plant a bomb and then fire. Now, as you can tell, being Guppy has really given me a huge advantage here. I'm spawning flies constantly. As long as I can avoid taking much more damage, unlocked Robo Baby, and that is the end of this game. Well, damn, that was pretty tough. Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of The Binding of Isaac. I did. It was really, really hard. I wouldn't have been able to beat Satan, or very unlikely anyways. I apparently found Transcendence in the chest, which is... Ooh, forgot about that ending entirely. Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. There probably will be Don't Starve today. I've been having a few audio issues with it. I've been trying to work it out with the XSplit guys. But when that comes out, I will see you guys next time. Remember my live stream on Tuesday night? I decided I'm going to do that even though there is no update, and my live stream's on Friday. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.